The Virgin Islands Housing Finance Authority will soon submit a document to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development outlining projects that can enhance and improve electrical systems on St. Croix. Having completed the last round of public hearings, VIHFA's action plan will explain how $67 million in Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Funds from HUD will be used. The public input garnered during the 45-day comment period, which opened on November 11th and will end on December 25th, will be incorporated into the final document. The authority plans to present the full application to HUD by March 2023. VIHFA said while significant progress has been made in restoring and enhancing local power systems since Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017, the CDBG-DR Electrical System Improvement Funds will address other remaining or proposed restoration and improvement costs not already covered through other sources of funding. Odari Thomas, VIHFA project engineer, said the largest allocation of the $67 million is geared towards helping the territory's Water and Power Authority procure new generators for its Richmond Estate power plant on St. Croix. If successful in acquiring the grant, the project aims to make the plant's electrical capacity resilient enough to withstand adverse weather effects like hurricanes and earthquakes.
Currently, the Richmond power plant has approximately 80 megawatts of nameplate capacity. Unfortunately, a lot of that capacity is outdated and it's inefficient and ultimately unreliable, which is the major factor. And pretty sure that most of our customers in the St. Croix district can attest to the challenges that WAPA has had with its current generation portfolio. The St. Thomas district has been helped by the previous allocation of DR funds, whereby new RICE units were purchased for the Harley power plant, and those are currently being installed. But unfortunately, the St. Croix district has not seen that investment in its generation assets. So it had been identified, this project has been identified as a way of helping to improve the generation capacity on the island of St. Croix and the community that it serves by making substantial improvements to the Richmond facility.
VIHFA is optimistic that using $53 million, over 78% of the total budget, to set up the generation system will result in a 90% reduction in emissions over time. $10 million, almost 15%, will be invested in community innovation projects, another almost 2% will be used for planning, and 5% will be used on administrative expenses. The Community Innovation Program will be administered by VIHFA and will give organizations an opportunity to propose ideas that address local power generation needs and improvements. Out of those proposals, selected groups will receive technical assistance and capacity building resources to help manage the funding and meet HUD requirements.
The second aspect of the funding that's being allocated is for the Community Innovations Program. And this is really an opportunity for different members or organizations in the community to put forward innovative programs and projects that, quite frankly, the utility may be too busy to think of because, they're just trying to keep the lights on, that can actually realize a substantial benefit to the community as a whole. So we encourage the public at large who qualify per the eligibility requirements to participate by submitting projects to this program in hopes of really producing something that's innovative and that will ultimately benefit the power needs of the territory in a way that the utility, just because of its scale and complexity, may not actually be able to realize themselves.
Once the final version of the action plan is submitted with the addition of public comments and input from various stakeholders and approved by HUD, Then VIHFA will accept applications to fund the identified projects.